While technology has enabled us to identify the alleles we have, our genotypes are not always indicators of our phenotypes. Hence, decisions on disease treatment needs to consider the non-linearity between genotype and phenotype. Having the BRCA1 mutant dominant allele, for example, doesn't guarantee you will get breast cancer. Pedigrees of families with the trait showed the trait skipping a generation. That is, not everyone with this dominant variant will develop the condition. Since not all individuals with the genotype express the phenotype, these genotypes are said to have incomplete penetrance. Fully or completely penetrant alleles, if present in someone, causes that person to have the clinical symptoms by a particular age. Achondroplasia or dwarfism due to a mutation in the fibroblast growth factor receptor 3 gene is an example of a completely penetrant allele. Penetrance is the proportion of individuals who possess a particular genotype and exhibit the expected clinical symptoms within a specified time. For example, BRCA1 in women has a lifetime penetrance of 80%, so 80% of those with the allele will develop the disease while 20% will not. Why do some individuals with the genotype show the mutant phenotype while others are normal? The difference in the incidence of BRCA1 mutant allele carriers developing the phenotype may be because the function of the normal BRCA allele is to repair DNA. So in people with a BRCA1 mutant allele, there is a higher chance of the constantly occurring mutations not being repaired and leading to tumor growth. Environmental conditions of the cells, which increase the chance of mutations, such as increased estrogen levels in females compared to males, increases tumor risk in the absence of DNA repair activity of BRCA1. Such gene-environment interactions are an important aspect of expression of many traits. Hemochromatosis is another example of incomplete penetrance, although the HFV mutant allele, unlike the BRCA mutant allele, is recessive. While penetrance is a measure of how likely you are to display a trait, it says nothing about the extent of the trait's expression. The severity of the phenotype caused by the genotype can also vary among affected individuals, and if it does, the genotype is said to display variable expressivity. BRCA1, in addition to being incompletely penetrant, displays variable expressivity, as the cancer can display early or late in life and may be displayed in the breast, ovary, pancreas, prostate, or in more than one of the organs. In summary, penetrance measures the proportion of individuals in a population who carry a specific allele and express the related trait. In cases of complete penetrance, all individuals in a population who carry a specific genotype express the corresponding phenotype. In cases of incomplete penetrance, less than 100% of the individuals who bear a particular genotype express the corresponding phenotype. Variable expressivity describes variations in a particular allele's degree of expression between individuals. Scientists don't fully understand yet why there is so much variability in how genes affect people. Still, scientists do know that your environment, lifestyle, and other gene variations can all affect how expressive and penetrant an allele might be. Now let's check understanding of penetrance and expressivity with a few questions. You may pause the video while you think about your answer. Question 1. In a population of plants, you find a single mutation in the G gene that affects flower color. The flowers normally appear white. A recessive mutation in G leads to red rather than white flowers. You cross homozygous recessive G mutants, that is little g crossed with little g, and find the result shown below. That is, the flower color phenotype of different progeny varies. No other genes besides G are mutant in these plants. How do you explain these results? This looks like variable expressivity, as there is variation in the degree of expression of a particular genotype. Question 2. In studying a different gene E, you find that when you cross homozygous recessive E mutants, that is little e crossed with little e, again wild type is white, you find the result shown below. That is, the offspring of plants homozygous recessive for E are either dark red or white. No other genes are mutant in these individuals. How do you explain these results? This looks like incomplete penetrance, as though having the same genotype, some individuals express the particular phenotype while others do not. Question 3. Incompletely penetrant alleles are ones that A. Are only expressed in the phenotype if certain environmental factors are present. B. Result in an apparent blending of parental traits. C. Are always expressed in heterozygous individuals. D. Show differences in severity of expression in individuals with the same genotype. The answer is A, as seen in the example discussed in the video, where females with a BRCA1 mutant allele have a higher chance of cancer than males, probably due to their higher estrogen levels. Answer D refers to the concept of variable expressivity. Question 4. Ibrahim's father, paternal uncle and aunt, and paternal grandmother were all born with extra digits. This disorder is called polydactyly and is autosomal dominant. Ibrahim was born with a normal number of fingers and toes, so he felt certain that he had not inherited the polydactyly mutation. Ibrahim's wife had no family history of polydactyly, so the couple is surprised when their first daughter is born with 2 extra toes. The polydactyly mutation is probably A. Incompletely dominant, B. Incompletely penetrant, C. Lethal in the homozygous state, D. Located on the X chromosome. The answer is B, as Ibrahim did not show the expression, though his father and daughter showed the expression, that is, the trait skipped a generation. Question 5. J has the recessive cystic fibrosis disorder and is regularly hospitalized for lung infections. His sister Jasmine also has the disease. However, Jasmine's symptoms are less severe and she is rarely hospitalized. What explains the difference in the two siblings' phenotypes? A. The allele causing cystic fibrosis is Y-linked. B. The genotype has variable expressivity. C. The genotype has incomplete penetrance. D. There is no answer provided. The answer is B. The genotype has variable expressivity as the level of expression differed in the siblings. If you would like to explore this topic of penetrance and expressivity in more detail, check out the references provided. Thank you for watching. I hope you were able to understand the concepts of penetrance and expressivity. You may check out more genetics tutorials on this channel, so do subscribe.